Hey guys, hello. I am back with another 5-minute client lab review. This was a great case, or is a great case to work on. This client has what's called PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. What this is extremely low progesterone, extremely high estrogen, and the swings in between. So it can really take a toll on a female being in these states of high estrogen and low progesterone. So the client's symptoms that she had when she came to me is that she had one good week out of the month. And that was right when her cycle started, that first week of her cycle. After that, she was bloated, she was miserable, moody, depressed, super anxious, just felt terrible. So, I can't imagine spending 3 weeks out of every month just like in your own personal hell. And that's basically what's going on. She's 39 years old. So I got her labs and I'm going to pull these up for you right here. And we're going to talk about them. Unfortunately, her cycle has started to shift, and we wanted to get her cycle done in what's called the luteal phase, which is days 17 to 21 after your first bleed. And where we thought we were going to be in the luteal phase, she actually ended up starting her cycle the day that she took her labs because of the irregularity of the cycle. So it's not a really great read on labs, but we still have enough information and clinical symptoms. Like I always say, you don't treat the labs, you treat the clinical symptoms, right? Or both. You don't just treat labs. So we have the clinical symptoms and what's been going on and enough information to move forward and really start the process and retest labs again in 8 weeks, when hopefully in that 8 weeks we have her cycle in a better spot or more, regular every 28 days. So pulling it up here on her first page, she is in a great spot other than this hormone mischief that she has. Like glucose looks good, A1C looks good, her insulin levels all look really good, which is great for her because a lot of times when I have clients with hormone issues, we also got insulin issues and thyroid issues. And for her, she doesn't have any of that. So that's really good. You see here, all those numbers look really good. Moving on to the sex hormones, we do see the free testosterone is a bit high. This is going to be the last man on the totem pole that we deal with. It may be, again, with these labs, with her starting her cycle the day that she did her labs, we don't have exactly the read of where her numbers are as far as how low progesterone or how high estrogen is. But her testosterone is high, and it may or may not be a little bit of birth control induced PCOS. But like I said, that's the last man on the totem pole. We're going to fix her progesterone levels and her estrogen levels, get her feeling better, and see if that testosterone doesn't start to resolve itself by normalizing some of these other numbers. So when we're looking at this, we do see that the progesterone is low, but she's in her follicular phase, which is where the progesterone would normally be low. So how low is she really? It's really hard to tell, again, since she started her cycle the day that she took labs. Looking at her thyroid, you can see her numbers here look good. Her TSH, that should be between 0.5 and 1.5. She's at 0.9, right there in the middle. The free T3 should be between 3 and 4. She's at 3.5, right in the middle again. Her T4 should be between 1.1 and 1.5. She's at 1.3, right in the middle. So thyroid is looking really, really good. A few other things that we're going to address is if you go to the next page, her vitamin D is really low. We want to get that vitamin D up. Vitamin D is really good for the neurotransmitters, and she's obviously having issues with neurotransmitters. One, because she's never getting that surge of progesterone, which is when we have a big release of dopamine, serotonin, and GABA, those feel-good hormones. So she's not getting that. Then if we don't have enough vitamin D either, vitamin D is very important in the synthesizing of those neurotransmitters. So we need to get that number up for her and get her feeling better, get her anxiety down, get her depression to minimize, and just get her mood swings more regulated. And then her C-reactive protein, like all the other things in her labs, all the other inflammation markers are low and in normal range. So the plan with her is we are going to do what's called cycle syncing. And that means that she will have certain amount of nutrients, macros, proteins, carbs, and fats that she will eat in the follicular phase of her cycle, and she will have another amount that she eats in the luteal phase of her cycle to match the hormone demand, basically, in those two cycles, to make her feel good throughout the cycle and help her get with her health goals. We are going to put her on some supplements to help manage the estrogen levels, to help bring down inflammation. When you're in a chronic state of elevated estrogen, it creates a lot of inflammation. So we need to bring that inflammation down again to make her feel better. We're going to get her on some supplements to help elevate those progesterone levels, get her on some supplements to help with the increased release of GABA, that feel good hormone, help her sleep better. That's one of the things of her complaints or her symptoms is her sleep. So get her working on her sleep, and then start, we'll have a program, exercise program for her as well. So we'll just start managing her cycle. Her nutrients and her supplements are all going to be based off of where she is in her cycle and trying to help her normalize that situation and get her feeling better. The thing to remember with hormones is they're not quick fixes. It takes a little bit of time. As I've told her, it's going to probably take a good 8 weeks before she's really going to start feeling a good difference, and we're going to start seeing a difference in the cycle. But it didn't, just like with weight gain, it doesn't take you 2 months to get in the position where you are with those 10 pounds that you put on. So it's going to take a little bit to get her up there, but she's willing to do the work. She's already feeling better with the 3 weeks of work that we have in, by pulling gluten and dairy and reducing her alcohol and having her clean up some lifestyle habits. She's already dropped a little bit of weight and already feeling better. So that is a big motivator for her to continue and do this work. So I hope you guys found this interesting. I really like doing these. I'm hoping that they help you, and I'm hoping they help you to become your own health advocate, and that you start to ask more questions when you go to the doctor, and you get thorough labs done, and you take care of yourself. So if you have any questions, let me know. You can find all my program information at CynthiaWilliamsWellness.com. I have a hormone challenge specifically for women that are having issues. I would love to help you, but you can find all that information on my website. So I'll see you later.